Okay, welcome. My name is Laura Godwin. I'm your Superstar Director. I am excited about tonight. I'm excited and honored that all of you guys would be on a Thursday night training call to grow yourself and grow your business. And I'm just really excited about the things that we get to do together tonight. I'm really excited that you guys get a chance to work with Frank. And so we're going to talk a little bit more about that in a minute. Right now, I want to give you a little bit about me. Some of you guys, this may be the first time you've ever heard me speak or been on one of my training calls, and I'm just honored that you're here and that you would trust me with your time. I'm from Georgia. You probably picked up on the accent, right? A little bit about me personally. I am a homeschooling mama. Luke is 12. He's a pain in my rear end some days, but I am super thankful for the opportunity to be his teacher and his mama too. Golly, he is a golfer. He used to be a baseball player and a golfer, and now we're just on a golf course all the time instead of both the field and the golf course. I am wife to Marcus. If you were on the pre-call, you got to see him come in and introduce himself, but we've been married for 15 years, and same thing on repeat. He drives me batty some now. They all do, right? But no, I'm so just thankful that Cincy is in our lives. A lot of times people say, okay, other than Cincy, what do you do with your time? And so I'll tell you, we're super involved in church, very, very involved in serving in church and children's ministries, music, all kinds of stuff. My husband goes to the jail and the homeless ministries. And we are so thankful to be part of a church that allows us to serve. I like to CrossFit. Well, let me rephrase that. I CrossFit. While I'm there, I freaking hate it. And I tell myself I'm not cut out for this. And then whenever I leave, I'm like, oh, that was good for me. And then the next day I'm like, I need to go again. You know, it's like that, right? Anyway, sometimes people will ask me what my favorite hobby is. And it's been the same hobby since I was like 13. My favorite hobby is taking a nap. Can I get a witness? I love to sleep, and I don't relax very well. And so sleeping is my favorite form of relaxation. Okay, so a little bit about me professionally. I've been in Cincy for 10 and a half years. I didn't join to be a boss. I didn't join to run a team, or I joined because the kit was amazing. I joined in a transition month. I saw that supersized kit as just, so magically awesome that I couldn't pass it up. And I did a basket party. And if I told myself that the basket party did well enough, I would join, and I did. Anyway, so 10 and a half years later, here I am today. I'm a Superstar Director, which is the highest you can go in Cincy. And I say that with so much humility because I have not gotten here by myself. Okay. And guess what? You're not going to get to your next promotion by yourself either. So one day, whenever you tell someone what your rank is, you're going to be able to say with such humility that you are where you are because you are on the wings of so many amazing people that are hardworking, hustling boss babes and boss dudes under you too. Okay. So anyway, I did get to retire at age 32 and do Cincy full time from home. And it's just been absolutely magical. I've worked my butt off, and I love my customers and they love me, and I work with my team. And I just really believe that we're here to serve every single person that comes into our lives. Let's see, more about me. My husband now actually works Cincy full-time with me as well. We do not work outside the home, and Cincy is our full-time income. And some days that sounds dreamier than others, right? Drive each other crazy. I'm like, you need a job. But anyway, let's see. I've earned every annual incentive trip since I started Cincy 10 and a half years ago. Oh, I counted up something fun. I was trying to remember how many transitions I've been through, like changing over catalogs, because we change twice a year. In August and September. We changed. Oh, I said that wrong. I'm so sorry. In March and September. Do I know? Maybe I don't even know. Anyway, yeah, so we changed. Anyway, guys, I've been through 22 transitions. I was thinking it would be somewhere like 15. 22 transitions. Oh my gosh, I feel super old just telling you. But anyway, yeah, so I have 22 transitions under my belt, and I love Cincy, and I'm more in love with it today than I was last year, than I was in 2015 or 2010, and even when I joined in 2009. Today, I'm more in love with it. And that That's a big deal because I get bored easily. I'll tell you a little bit about me because I want you to know who I am and where I'm coming from. And I want you to know that you can trust me and you can trust Cincy. And knowing where someone's from, when you hear them speak, I mean, a lot of times anybody can get up and give this amazing speech about how to be awesome and Cincy, but sometimes I think it helps to know that that someone is someone you can trust, that they've been where you want to be, right? Okay. So are you guys ready to talk about Frank some? You bored with talking about Laura? I'm sick and tired about talking about Laura. I want to talk about Frank some. Okay. So Frank. So honestly, guys, Frank is responsible for, oh my gosh, changing thousands of lives, okay, across the globe. He changes paychecks around the globe too. And I was actually in preparation for tonight's training. I was thinking, oh my gosh, where would I be had I not started working with Frank early in my business? Like, what would my business look like? And honestly, maybe I wouldn't be here talking to you. Maybe you wouldn't be here looking at me. Okay. I don't know that I would be in Cincy. I think I would have terminated very early. Okay. But as I mentor people around the globe, I start to see that the missing link between successful entrepreneurs and those that aren't successful, the missing link, those that work with Frank and those that don't. So I think it's crucial that we're on here together tonight to learn all about Frank. Okay. Do you think that Frank is a person? You got on tonight thinking you were going to see some kind of like super hot dude. I know you. Like best attended call ever because I was like, meet Frank, right? I know you. Okay, so it is kind of fun and it is kind of cute. But you know what? I just need to take a commercial break real quick. And I need to tell you that if you were even the least bit excited because you thought you were going to meet a person tonight, that would change your business or change your paycheck or change your future, shame on you. Because you're that person. Your director, your sponsor, even me, your superstar director. We do not control your outcome. We cannot control your success. We can't hurt it or hinder it, and we can't help it without you doing the work. Honey, you can have the meanest director in the world because I've met some of them. And thank God they're not on my team. But anyway, you can have the hatefulest person in the world as a sponsor. And you can still soar in Cincy because you put your heart into your work. You take care of your customers. You get on the Cincy corporate calls. You search YouTube like a crazy person. You can make it happen, even in the midst of zero support. It is not up to anybody except you to get it done. And so, you are the person that's going to change your business. And if there was even a fleeting thought that you might get better help from a guy named Frank than from yourself, oh, please, honey. So Frank is an acronym, and I have this ready for all of you guys at the end of tonight's call. I'm going to post a link where you can print this off because I kind of think it's kind of fun. Okay, but for right now, I just want you to grab that pen and paper, honey, because you do not need anything fancy to change your business drastically. And we're going to do something a little bit different than just writing down names. Okay, so stay with me. All right, so Frank is an acronym that stands or helps you create a list that will change your business forever. Okay, so we're going to start, and I want you to grab your pen and I want you to grab your paper. I want you to write a big F at the top, and I underneath want you to write anyone's name that you think of when I say your friends. So write them down. I really want you to work this with all of your heart and soul. If not now, it might not be ever, right? So do it with us now. Write down the names of all your friends. Okay, so I'm going to give you a couple of prompts because some of you guys might not be as social as what you need to be. So friends, think social media. Who are the people that always comment on your social media posts? Maybe the people that always like your stuff, or you vice versa. Hopefully you're out there liking and commenting too. What about maybe a friend that is at your child's school, or someone that you went to college with, okay? Maybe you haven't seen them or talked to them in a while, but you would consider them one of your friends. Friend in the past, friend in the future, friend, friend, friend. Okay, moving on. R stands for relatives. So sorry, you can build this list a little bit better later. We're just getting a foundation built together. Relatives, siblings, aunts, cousins, in-laws, mama, papa, husband's ex-wife. I'm just kidding. Don't go there. Okay. Relatives. I'll be honest. I want you to do this part with all of your heart, but I do need to tell you that if you're relying on your relatives to help you build a successful entrepreneur leadership, build business, you're not going to go very far, statistically speaking. So I just got to put that out there. Let's move on. A is for acquaintances, coworkers. Are you involved, or have you ever been involved in any like clubs or anything that you would consider like society type stuff? What about from church? Acquaintances at church? Oh, here's a good one. What about acquaintances that are at the spa or the salon that you go to? Something that you maybe do in your community, your gym. And what about your waitress? Because I know you guys don't cook. And so you eat now every day. And you get to know those waitresses and all her life stories because you're at her table every single day. Okay, just us. We're the only ones that habitually eat out. We get stuck on these like 2 or 3 restaurants and we eat there all the time. And it's funny because we do kind of build relationships with the waitresses. And yeah, they know my son's a golfer and they know I do Cincy and they know my story too, right? But it could be a barista. Maybe you go to the same coffee shop and you have built up an acquaintance with your barista. Okay, let's move on, you guys. Neighbors. Maybe you live in a neighborhood, but I'm going to take it a little bit different. I'm going to spin this a little bit differently because some of us maybe don't live in neighborhoods, but we have family members that do, and maybe you know your mom's neighbor, or maybe you know your sister's neighbor. So go ahead. Anybody that checks the neighbor box, let's write their name down. And then the last one is kids contacts. So anybody that you know through your children, could be their coaches and their teachers, their daycare workers. So when you think of your kids, think of the adults in their life and write those names down. Okay, I want you to add them up real quick. F, R, A, N, and K. I want you to add up all those names. And I want you to post in the comments, or if you want to hold it up and write the number real big on the screen, I'll try to see what you are writing. I'd love to know how many people you wrote down. 16. Okay, good job, iPhone. Oh, goodness, you guys. I don't know who you are. Irene has 26. Okay. 17 from Anne. Good. 24 from Destiny, and Jessica has 32. Wow. Connie has 18. Kristinalyn has 8. Tara has 19. Renee has 28. And Karina has, whoa, you guys are awesome. Kim, 36. Dang. Oh, they're coming in faster than I can read them. Okay. I'm proud of you. And I bet if I wasn't rushing you, you could sit down with this list with a clear brain and not like a crazy, irritating voice coming at you the whole time, because I won't shut up. I bet with some quiet music and some quiet time, you could double your list. Okay? Don't say it can't happen. I bet you can. And if you can't, then it may mean that you need to look for ways to be more sociable, because it's easy to hide behind a screen. And honey, those 5,000 Facebook friends, they're not really your friends. Okay. I mean, like, it'd be awesome to say that, but you know what? Like, they're probably not going to come feed your cat when you go on vacation. Like, that's not a friend. So you need to build more relationships. And that is a topic for a totally different training. But I do have trainings just like that. It's called Building Your Customer Base. And I have tons of them on my YouTube channel. Okay. So now that you have your list, what the heck are you going to do with it? Because you knowing what to do isn't enough to make any successful changes, right? Knowing and having it there isn't enough. So right now we are going to do something really fun together. And I'm going to put you on the spot because that's what good Scentsy grandmas do. Okay? Or I might be your Scentsy great grandma. I don't even know. But I want you to highlight or circle 3 names right now on your list. And I want you to right now underline 3 more names. Those are your targets. Those are the people that we are going to work with right now, right here, okay? And I need to tell you a little something before we begin. So when I first started selling Scentsy, and even to this day, I struggle with rejection. Do any of you feel intimidated by hearing no, or by even thinking that you're going to hear no? Like, I blame it on the introvert in me. I feel like that the idea that someone feels like we're going to be aggressive, or the idea that someone's not going to take what we're offering, it disturbs us, right? You connect with that? Okay, but here's the deal. I have had people join my team that have said, Laura, every time you ask me and I told you no, I wanted to say yes. It just wasn't the right time. Thank you for not giving up. I've had people say that. I've also had people say, I said no all the time, but I watched you like a hawk on Facebook. I'm like, you did? And they're like, oh yeah, I saw you on that trip, and I saw you when your booth got flooded, and I saw you when you bought your car with cash. I was watching. I was like, you were? Okay. But they were telling me no. I thought it was a closed door. So here's what I want you to think. Tonight, I do not want you to think that you're offering the Scentsy anything. I want you to mentally prepare to offer a piece of gum to the 6 people you just underlined or circled their name, okay? We are offering gum. Now, here's the deal. Have you ever offered a piece of gum to someone that said no? Some of you guys are like, I'll share my gum. I had my gum. I know better than to open that gum in front of somebody. No, but really, have you ever offered gum or candy, or even when someone comes to your home and you say, can I get you anything to drink? And they say no, do you run to your bedroom and cry? Do you quit offering gum because you feel like that nobody wants your gum because you're a loser? Ridiculous, right? Guys, people love Scentsy. If they tell you no, it's not because they think you're weird or aggressive or strange or dirty or whatever. That's not why. It's just not for them right now. They don't want gum because they have a peppermint in their mouth, or they don't want gum because they have TMJ. I mean, just leave them alone. Don't judge them, and don't judge yourself if they don't want your gum. Okay? Promise? We're offering gum tonight. Okay? And I have been around in this business long enough to know that if they tell you no, they may tell you no 4 or 5 times, and more than likely, at some point, they're going to come back and tell you yes, and they're going to be like, man, every time you asked me, it bothered me. Okay? So think about it, that no is not forever. Okay? All right. So here's what I want you to do. You can do it now, or you can do it later. I just want you to do it tonight before midnight. Okay? And it takes 10 seconds or 3 seconds probably. I want you to ask the person that you circled or you underlined. I want you to start with the circles first, and I want you to ask them to join your team. Okay? I sent out probably 45, I think it was like 43, I'm not gonna lie, 43-ish messages the other day, and I was like, I know you love Scentsy just as much as I do, and what do you say you get a warmer? How did I word it? I said, what do you say you get a warmer and a bar and some testers and a catalog and a free website and for $15? And they're like, is this a trick? And I was like, no trick. You're going to join my team tonight. Like, let's do Scentsy together. They're like, girl, you've already asked me this. I'm too busy. I have 19 kids. You know, like they come up with all the excuses then. And I'm like, okay, then it's not your time. But I just want you to know that I'm going to sleep really well tonight because I know that I asked you and you're supposed to be doing this with me. You know what I mean? Like, why do you overthink it? Why do you make this so terrifying? It's gum. If they say no, who cares? Ask them again next week. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. That's mean. But you know what I'm saying? Like, move on. But I'm going to tell you what I usually say when somebody says no. I usually will tell them, okay, well, I still love you, and I still know that you'd make an amazing Scentsy consultant. I don't just leave it. I leave it light. And a lot of you guys are running to the bedroom crying, saying you're never going to ask someone else, you're never going to offer anybody else any gum, whenever they're just thinking, man, I hope she asks again next year. Or, man, I hope she asks again this fall whenever I get out of college. You get what I'm saying? Okay. Whew. I get so bogged down and we gotta go. So I need you to ask those 6 people, but here's the deal. If they're all no's, then I need you to ask 6 more, because that just means that you got crazy tonight and circled the wrong people. That's not my fault. Like, I'm sorry. Okay. So you ask your 6, start with the bubbles, the circles, then ask the underlined. And if all of those are no, then just know that you accidentally pick the wrong 6 tonight. And I want you to ask 6 more, and then that's it for tonight. Because guess what? Tomorrow's payday for like 90% of your customer base and 90% of the people that live in your zip code and 90% of the people that live in your state. And I could go on and on. Tomorrow's payday. And more people have extra money in their pockets on Fridays and Saturdays than any other time, because they go to Target Saturday afternoon and it's gone. Sister, it's gone. Get them before they go to Target. But also you need to give yourself a deadline, because Frank doesn't work if you just sit with this list collecting dust. Okay? So you are going to do 6 tonight. And then if they're all no's, you're going to do 6 more before midnight. And we're going to get off this call pretty quickly so you can get to work. And then tomorrow on payday, you're going to ask as many more as you can, because the clock is ticking. You got to beat them before they get to Target. You and Target are in competition. Okay? You get them before the dollar bins at Target get them. Why do they call them dollar bins? You know, there's like 2 things that's $1 and everything else is 3 or 5. Like, that's false advertisement, right? Target, shame on you. They lure us in. They put it right there by the front door and they tell us it's $1, but no, you're going to spend 3. Okay. So sorry, that was just a commercial break. Okay. So you got how this goes. Now here's the deal. You're already stressing about how to word it. I know you. I see it all over your face. You're like, I just don't know what to say. Laura would know what to say, and people think she's cool and awesome and she gets recruits. But here's the deal. When was our $15 kit? In May? I recruited 15 people that month. Okay? 3 months ago. And I honestly, yesterday, I was having like this little pouting moment, thinking my time was done and nobody else needed gum. And I was just not going to have any recruits this month. I got 15 last time. I set a goal. I wanted 15 in the $15 kit month, right? And I got my 15. But this time I was like, man, I'm asking people and it's like, I can't, I'm just getting no's. And then all of a sudden it just started happening. The people I had sowed seeds with, they just started recruiting. So guess what? You do the work now. They may not, like one of the girls that signed up under me, I asked her last time it was $15. Okay. So maybe someone you're asking now, you're doing the work now and you're going to reap the benefits later. Do the work anyway, right? Okay. And here's the deal. I do Frank twice a year. I do Frank in the spring catalog and I do Frank in the fall catalog, because guess what? Your lives change and you meet new people in a 6-month period. And then keep that Frank list up to date, because next month you might meet more people. You might do a home party or an open house and have a guest special drawing to where you're asking people to bring guests that aren't on your invite list. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? 3 of your people bring 3 people. And then guess what? There's more people for the acquaintances side of your Frank list. Your acquaintances should probably be the longest list. That or either, yeah, the acquaintances side should be this side and that side and 4 Post-it notes. That many. Oh, I need to quit. Okay, so as you grow your business and as you grow yourself and as you get out into your community, don't hide behind your screen and your, oh my gosh, get out of the house, like get out of the house and do life. And as you do life and you meet new people, you're going to start filling up that A list like crazy. And as you fill it up, that's more people that you're going to ask. Now, what do you do with the people that say, no, I don't want to join? And you end it on a light note and you're like, okay, well, don't say I never asked you. No, don't say that. That might be weird. But you could say that with some people. But what are you going to do then? Because maybe they're not ready to commit to running a business from home, but maybe they still want free Scentsy. So I can't technically answer the question for you. Do you hit them up for the hosting then, or do you wait a couple of days? I can't do that for you because I don't know how well you know this person. I have asked people to join my team that I have not seen or talked to in like 7 or probably 9 years. Okay. Because I can. I know that Scentsy would be awesome for them. And you do too. But maybe if you haven't built a big, strong relationship with them and you barely know them, maybe you wouldn't want to blast them with, okay, you don't want to join my team. How about hosting a party? Oh, you don't want to host a party. How about buying from me? No, maybe you don't want to do that all in one night. Maybe you need to make a note on your Frank list with maybe a pink highlighter that says you're going to go back to that person and I did want to tell you, end it light and then maybe follow up with, would you like a link to our newest catalog? Okay. And then highlight them somehow, get yourself a system where okay, the pinks said no. And give them nobody's going to turn down a link to the new catalog or a link to your website. Okay. And then in a couple of days, you follow up with them and you say to them, oh my gosh, so I've been dying to know what you thought of our new catalog. Isn't it amazing? Like Scentsy just gets better and better, right? And they're always going to agree with you. Nobody ever disagrees with that. Okay. And then that's when you're going to say, well, I know you don't want to join. I'm not going to ask you that, but most of my customers don't want to pay full and half price. So I don't want to ask you to buy anything in the catalog. I just want to know if you want it for free. Okay. And when you ask them that, they're automatically going to relax. They're automatically going to say, she's not going to ask me to join again. Because I'm telling you, Scentsy is different than a lot of these companies. And a lot of these other companies, they teach their people to like beat them down and beat them down and beat them down and beat them down. And Scentsy not like that. And I will never, ever be like that. But when you are in it and when you say right off the bat that you're in it for them, what they can get out of it, then it completely makes them relax. Aren't you glad that somebody offered you the Scentsy business opportunity? Why in the world are you sitting back holding out on your list of people? I have, honest to God, have people sign up under me and I ask them, so what made you want to sign up under me? What made you want to do this? And I have heard before, more than once, I've heard people say, oh, you were just the first one that asked me. I'm like, really? You've had other Scentsy consultants before? Oh yeah, but you were just the very first person to ask me, to make me think that you wanted me to do Scentsy with you. Yeah, don't let that be said of you, okay? So we are finished. You have some work to do with Frank, and I hope that you guys get it on in a really successful way, okay? You and Frank do big things tonight. Don't put it off. Don't flip off this Zoom and don't get lazy and don't think about the laundry. You take the next 10 minutes, you do those 6, and then you see how that goes. And I promise you, it's going to get easier with time. Okay, we're done, but you're not done. You and Frank, y'all got work to do. Bye, you guys. Good luck.